Yeah. Buddha peso. Smoking mirrors uncut.
Listen,
and smoking mirrors. Raw and uncut and smoking mirrors. You know what's up. And smoking mirrors. Raw and uncut and smoking mirrors. You know what's up. Yeah. And smoking mirrors. Raw and uncut and smoking mirrors. You know what's up. And smoking mirrors. You know you hear us. Listen, smoking mirrors be the station. Yeah, them boys uncut raw, no hesitation. Just tune in, the vibes are so amazing. It's all real talk here, that's word to Jason. Shout out to Jay Lee, them boys on a mission. Gunning for the #1 spot, pay attention. Knocking out the competition, Sonny listen. In Detroit, serving game like a piston. Shot clock, jump shot, all net with a feeling. The squad set it off, cause a ride in the building. Syndicates to bed, this ain't suited for the children. And talking cheap when they speak, you see millions. Turn it up one time. If you looking for smoke, then pull it up online. It's right there. Look in the mirror, first glance, it's quite clear. That B-more got them scared like a nightmare. They blowing smoke to any city, take a flight there. And guaranteed to ring bells like a bike fair. Then Debo the whole set, they don't fight fair. Cause smoking mirrors gaining buzz like a light year. You know? Raw and uncut, smoking mirrors, you know what's up. Smoking mirrors, raw and uncut, smoking mirrors, you know what's up. Yeah, smoking mirrors, raw and uncut, smoking mirrors, you know what's up. Smoking mirrors, you know you hear us.
Yo, what's going on? It's Smoking Mirrors back for another another EP. And
another EP.
And we got our kings here. You know what I mean? Our original kings. When I talk about that, I'm talking about we're a trio. You know what I mean? Like the Locks, we a trio.
You know what I mean?
D-Moore. We got my boy Detroit. We got my boy Jay Lee.
Yo.
And we back at y'all with another live. I know we didn't post nothing up earlier about us being
warning
on,
people.
But shit is random kind of right now, honestly. You know what I mean? Because all three of us are working like crazy. We all three of us work. Well, matter of fact,
All four of us.
Even these this. We have yo. Matter of fact, I don't even know why I didn't go straight into that. You know what I mean? We have a special guest tonight.
Oh yeah, you didn't even introduce him.
Man. You know what though? He's not even really a special guest. He's always a feature, you know what I'm saying? He's always here.
Bruh, feature, a special. Just tell them what it is, bro.
Yeah. I enjoy being here. 3 King brothers on here. You know what I'm saying? Every opportunity I get, it's the right thing. So, yeah, they got me hopping along, but I'm back at work too with y'all doing that OT on top of it. So, I'm here too.
Let's talk about the hair though. He grew the hair out.
Yeah.
We used to him being wavy.
Nah, man.
So the matter of circumstances.
Yeah. So tell us why you went from the waves to the afro, man. Why that came into play? What happened?
First, it was the virus. That corona hurt everything, so I couldn't get no cut in the barber.
Oh.
So I started get wolfing then, and then by the time they opened it back up, I injured my knee, so I'm in the cast. So I can't sit in the barber chair with no cast on. I ain't got enough money for no private barber to come to my house give me a cut. So it was like, whoa. So about time the cast came off, the brace came off, I had to already go back, transition back to work like this. They only gave me day notice. Go to work. You got to go. You got to do this. You got to do that. So next thing I know, when I showed her work, I was like, well, fuck it.
I
And
didn't
I
know
left
that.
it like it was. I said, fuck it. And I just let it keep growing.
Yeah.
And now, I'm happy for my crown, though. I like my
I'm
crown.
gonna be honest with
man.
you, bro. I like it. I'm
I like it
actually
too.
digging it, bro.
I like it too, man.
I like it, yo.
I like it
Thank
too,
you,
man.
bro.
You want to run your fingers through his hair, be more?
Oh, wow. There
Yeah,
you
I mean,
go.
I could do that. We could do something like that. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Make a
And it
part.
won't
Make
even be nothing crazy, yo. It'll still be manly. Like, yo, this is dope. Like,
make a part in the middle. Put some grease in it real quick. You know what I mean? Make sure he flares it up.
yo,
Y'all going to a whole nother level.
yo, that's Lee, man, being extra, but it's all right though. Yo, I see you got the PR flag behind you, yo. Is there a reason for that? Like,
I don't know what my background may mix with, but that's not me. On this corner of my bar, I have all the knickknacks that I got from all my people's the weddings that I went to. So
Okay.
my latest one was my boy, and he married Dominican. So, well, her dad is Dominican, her mom is Puerto Rican.
Okay.
So she had the flag. So I was part of one of the gift things and little wand that lights up and stuff. So that was like a party favor. So I keep that as a knickknack, reminder of the weddings.
Okay.
But I got a lot up there.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I was just wondering, maybe it might have been something, deep to it. So I was just wondering, you know what I mean? Because PR has definitely been through a lot of things, recently.
Yeah,
between the
true.
hurricane, between the earthquake, they've been dealing with some rough stuff. You know what I mean? Like I've talked to some people that have come from PR back to the United States that dealt with some of the struggle dealing with those oh shoot, how you say that?
Catastrophe, bro.
Catastrophe.
Thank you.
Yo,
Bro, I
what
ain't
you
never-
drinking? What you drinking?
I'm drinking that. I'm drinking some whiskey.
Okay.
Leave me the fucking home.
Oh man. Oh wow. So y'all out there being safe because COVID's on the rise again. I don't know if y'all heard quite a few people at the plant getting hit. So just gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Just gotta be careful.
I mean, a lot of people. I mean, like you just said, it's been reaching out. I mean, it's kind of hit my family a little bit, where we had to, quarantine some people. So, just everyone be careful, man. And I'm glad you brought that up, Jay. I still want to give a standing note for the people that work in these hospitals and these clinics that are trying to get people healthy, and they're putting their lives on the line. They're away from their families. So thank you very much for doing what you do. Thank you.
Definitely.
Especially,
and a special shout out to two that came through on our specific podcast. Sheena and Mace.
Yep.
Shout out to y'all too, because I know y'all in that field. You know what I mean? Y'all might not be watching now, but we still love y'all and we appreciate y'all for doing whatever it is that y'all do.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And that's
shout out to Nicole, man. Nicole Lee, man. She doing her thing too, man.
Oh yes, definitely.
Yeah, the wife, you know what I mean?
Wifey holding it down.
Yeah, wifey holding it down, man.
Yeah, for sure.
So shout out to her, man.
Her and all nurses, all doctors, everybody in the medical field.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
Anybody that deals with it, because it ain't just the medical field only. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anybody that has to deal with it, between emergency services, fire department, ambulances, your police officers, anybody that has to deal with that, people that are still going through to work regardless of what's going on right now. We appreciate all of y'all because y'all make the world continue to keep moving. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So we appreciate that, and you putting your lives on the line as well as your families.
Right.
Yeah.
Even if you're young, we understand you might not be directly in the line of being in trouble, but everybody you touch, people that you love, might be.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And that's still a thing. So we appreciate you nonetheless.
Absolutely. And my last shout out to the food banks.
Yes.
If you can reach out to your food banks, you have food available for these food banks. Please donate. There are people that can't work, so therefore there's people that can't feed their families. So please donate food at your local food banks. Let's feed these people, man. All right. So yeah. Yep.
Definitely.
So, question: did y'all hear the news?
News about what?
Michael B. Jordan got picked as the sexiest man alive this year.
I did not know that. I heard something about it, but they didn't say who it was.
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan.
Didn't know.
What?
Yeah. So, and last year it was John Legend.
Okay. It was, right? I remember that.
Yeah. So be more. That means light-skinned dudes is in.
Yo, stop it.
They're coming back.
Stop it.
Yo, because me and him had a whole discussion. We had a whole discussion the other day, and he was kind of like, I mean, I'm talking to Still because we about the same complexion, you know, and he was feeling some type way about the Chocolate Brothers on social media.
Whoa, wait. Let's clean it up. Clean it up.
Yeah, hold on.
Clean it up real quick. Hold up. So let's clarify. All right.
Okay.
B, what you mean you were checking out the Chocolate Brothers?
No. He wasn't checking them out. He was just feeling some type way about some things going on.
Okay.
You know. Matter of fact, I'll let you explain it, B more. I'll let you explain it. Go ahead.
Me?
Explain yourself.
Yo, I ain't feeling no type way at all. At all. Period. Because I'm me. All I would say is there's definitely a thing that females are on dark-skinned men right now. Dark-skinned black men is a thing. It's definitely a thing. And guess what? Me personally, I have no problem with it at all.
Now, why do you say that? What makes you think that? Like what?
Y'all. Okay, so
oh man. yeah. Take a sip. Take one more sip.
Okay, so I don't know when it started, but I definitely know that there's a thing in the black community about color grades between dark skin, light skin, whatever the case may be, right? Regardless of the fact that whether we don't want it to be, there has been, and I would hope that there isn't anymore, because it's a huge thing. You know what I mean? When you talk about somebody's color, something that nobody can change. So when we talk about black people as a whole having a problem with racism in America, and then within the black community, we also deal with racism in a certain way. It's a problem, right? And I would hope that it's not as of now. But I want to say when I was younger, maybe high school area, we talking between your early 90s to late 90s, light skin brothers was a thing. It was a thing. You know, we used to crack on when I was in elementary school. We used to crack on people that was dark skinned, African bush boogie, whatever. You know, you heard it all. You never heard that?
I heard it.
Boogie.
Yeah, really? I heard it growing up.
You never heard that? African bush
Wow.
boogie. You know what I mean? I even think that was in what's that movie? What's that movie? It was in a movie. But either way.
Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood. Yeah. Boys in the Hood. Yeah. So there was a thing with that. And me at that time, being the age that I was, I didn't know nothing about that. I really didn't. even with my family history and all the knowledge that they had, I wasn't really in tune with the weight of what I was saying at that time. But what's crazy about that is I feel that now in today's society, what's good, T? What's good, AT?
Good, Tone. What's
Brother
up, brother?
Taylor.
No,
What's good, bro?
light skinned brother, but go ahead.
Yeah. Speaking of light skin,
Here we go.
that's 112 right there, yo.
They doubled it up on us, Jay.
That's
They doubled it up on us, Jay.
That's
They
slim
getting
right there
numbers
for
up.
112.
Yo, what I feel is the thing now is a lot of black women just love dark-skinned men. Period.
Now, give us an example of something that makes you think this. Like,
Oh man, here we go, yo. You trying to go in, yo?
Because you come with the explanation. You gotta come with some.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna tell you like this. All right, so it's just a lot that you think. Stupid, with the tan. Nah, yo, you do say with the tan. Yo, I don't think you light skin. I don't think you light skin, AT. I think you brown, like a light brown skin, but you're like so. Yo, but all right. So I think Morris Chestnut hit the scene, right? And that's me personally. I can't speak for nobody else. Me personally, that's when I started hearing like a lot of, oh man, he's the pinnacle when it comes to black men, stuff like that, right? So I think that definitely expounded. And when you get into certain groups, like I'm in certain groups on Facebook.
what's going on, Miss Camp?
There she is.
Yeah. No, yo, mute her. Yo, make sure she don't have no more comments on here just after that comment, because that one just wasn't the right one. It's all good though. It's all good. It's all good. You know what I mean? So basically, I feel like after that, it might have been a shift completely.
So you saying Morris Chestnut blew up the spot?
Yo, it blew up the spot. Man, I'm not saying him specifically. Whatever.
I thought Wesley Snipes blew up the spot though.
Yeah,
I ain't never heard nobody talk about Wesley Snipes like, oh, he's this. I ain't never heard.
I did back in the day. They was on him.
Okay, good. That's what's up though.
Wait until they tell.
I love the fact that black people love blackness. Period.
Because that's a shift. Because it didn't used to be that way.
It didn't used to be that way.
Yeah.
And I love that. I really do, because being black doesn't equate to being ugly. It doesn't. Some people believe that, and I believe they're programmed to believe that. But to me, it does not mean that. Now, me not being a dark-skinned person, I still enjoy hearing that. You know what I mean? But y'all killing us right now. Dark-skinned brothers is killing us right now. Y'all killing us. Y'all don't got to do nothing. All you got to do is be dark-skinned.
But this is how I got started, because he was like, yo, the dark-skinned dude with a beard, he get on there, yo, he got all the ladies loving him, just doing like, yo, he light-skinned dude, like he get 1 or 2 likes, you know. I'm like, really?
It's crazy. It's
crazy.
Right, dark-skinned dude not gotta do nothing right now. All you gotta do is be dark-skinned, and guess what? You got 100 at your door, at the back.
Look, I got a story to share with y'all.
Oh, story time.
Hold on. Yo, we about to do story time with Still, but I'm gonna tell you, when the last time you saw a light skinned dude be like put up like, yo, this dude outside of the dude that had mad tattoos that they was posting,
the prison dude.
What was that, like 2 years ago or something like that?
Yeah,
It's probably something like that. Everybody was posting them up. Outside of him, when the last time you seen
Come on,
him?
man. You still got Rick Fox, and he's in his 50s. They still loving that dude, yo.
I'm not saying they don't love him. Don't get me wrong.
They be posting Rick Fox up.
I ain't saying that. But what I'm saying is, right now, if all four of us right now was to post a picture up in a group, I'm telling you right now, who getting the most likes? I'm telling you, I know right now, and it's directly dealing with the color of skin.
Wow.
So you think because of the climate of what's going on right now?
Oh no. I think
like why do you think there was a shift into? I mean, let's say each generation has their shifts, right?
yeah.
You know what I mean? So why do you think it was that shift from what you think is from the light skinned brother, you know what I mean, the Christopher Williams, the Albie Shores.
right.
And it made that ultimate shift, you know, to the dark skinned brother, especially nowadays.
Honestly, I couldn't tell you.
Well, I want you to tell me. Tell me.
I don't know. I
Why
mean,
not?
to
You
be
should
honest
know.
with you, I don't know what that shift was. I don't. And honestly, I don't even care what that shift was.
I could say it's probably had to do what you said: appreciation for Black people, loving ourselves, appreciating ourselves, things of
Okay.
that nature. You know, I
And
mean, if
that's
you go back to Africans, they all dark skinned for the most part. You
yeah.
know, that
Oh
you
yeah.
see in
yeah.
general. You know,
And that's why I was mentioning the climate of what's going on right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pro black, right? So there's more, it seems like there's more people that love blackness now than never before. That's just me personally looking.
Not never, but in our
I'm just saying more than ever before. You know, yeah, my lifetime.
lifetime. Yeah.
So
Nah, they always loved us. They just finally had boldness to show it now.
well, that's what I'm saying. The climate
It's
what's going on right now.
Him.
So
still story time.
yeah, story time.
Oh,
Tell us
Story
story.
time.
Yeah.
But still.
Yeah, y'all need to drop some music when it comes to story time. Drink some music on that thing. But mine's
Season's over, huh?
That's basically what we said. You know what I mean? That story is over right now, and y'all on dark skinned dudes right now.
I knew I was in. I'm sorry.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
go ahead. You good? Go ahead.
Good. When I was in college, I had this red bone. I always had a weakness for red bones, Latina chicks, and there's just something about that caramel complexion. Just whoo, Dominicans. But anyway.
He said, but anyway.
This light skinned chick, right?
Start reminiscing.
Yeah. So we're this and that talk. So I'm doing my little Mac Daddy vibe. I'm blowing her the little dreamy eyes, and I'm getting to her, wearing her down. And you know what she said to me one day after we got comfortable with each other? She was like, you know what? For a dark-skinned guy, you look nice.
Really?
That now that her roots, she got cousins out of Ghoul Town and stuff like that. So you know how that thinking is like back in that day too. But yeah, she told me, she said, if you're being a dark-skinned guy, you look good.
Really?
I'm like, oh, okay. How you want me to take that at this point?
Like, thank you.
Right.
Maybe.
Oh wow. So I mean,
and that was a sister that said that, and she red bone,
Yeah. Wow. I mean, hey.
So
yeah. I mean, I don't know. That was weird though. That was a weird compliment.
Yes, exactly. So I can't say all dark skinned cats just win. It just depends on that environment. Now, also that's a different era, but it's still that was post, Morris Chestnut, Wesley Snipes, and cats like that. So, we're talking about like 96, like 96, 97. And a chick told me that. I was like, wow, okay.
Yeah. And you know what? That might go back with what B-More was saying, that most people believe, I'm not going to say most, but some people believe that black was ugly. Dark was ugly.
Now, Miss Camp says that's how we feel when men say you're pretty for a big girl, and I understand that.
I get that.
I understand, but big girls winning right now too. They winning too.
What you mean now? Big girls been winning.
They've been winning.
Yeah,
but
they've been winning, bro.
But hold up, because now you got big girls as models, like on Front Street. You didn't have that back in the day.
True.
So
I hear that.
in that aspect, they winning. They it's accepted now. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's always been accepted in the black community.
Yeah.
Always been accepted.
Yeah. That's true.
Now everyone is starting to experience it. So now it's more because it's now more mainstream and stuff. So
right.
We've always been there.
Always appreciated it.
Yeah. And that's saying like, okay, just talking models, even with talking the dark skin thing, you see more dark skin models now versus back then. It was a lot of light skinned dudes as models.
True.
They had to have the light eyes. I won't say pretty eyes because eyes is eyes, you know. Yeah. Brown could be pretty, dark brown could be pretty. Forget all that. Yeah. That's all the perception that westernized world put on you.
Exactly.
True.
It's all beautiful.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Totally in agreement.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. So, and it's dope.
I just want to say, fuck y'all dark skinned niggas, yo.
Man, we love you light skinned cat the same way.
No, I'm playing, yo. I love y'all. No, for real. That was one of the biggest things that I hated about our community is that we pitted one against another as if there was a grade to be had simply because of the color of your skin.
And that's nothing but a result of racism. You can't separate the two. It's nothing but a result of racism, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
And this went down generation after generation.
Exactly. So I want to say that.
What's good, Mr. Chestnut?
Yo, what's good?
Speaking of a chestnut, look at that. There's Morris Chestnut. There's Brian Chestnut.
It's a Troy, your force.
Yup, Friday.
Oh shoot! Ain't surprised. Surprised at all. I'm gonna be there. So, basically, just saying that. I'm glad that people, honestly, are loving.
What's up, bro?
It's Ferry. That's Perry Ferry. That's
Perry
Ferry.
Oh, what's good? Perry.
Make sure you shave next time I see you.
That's Ferry. What up, bro? Yeah, I'm glad that people are loving all shades. Period. I actually love that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how much less they love me.
Here we go.
It should be. What'd you say?
Here you go. But go ahead.
I don't care how much less they love me. You know what I mean? But
people got love for B-More. Stop that. But anyway,
don't nobody got love for B-More. But it's okay. I'm good with that. That's the thing about me. I don't care whether you hate me or not. You know what I mean?
This dude got jokes, yo.
No.
Everybody's worse.
Yeah, you been real funny. He know what's going on down there. That's why.
Yeah, exactly. He has to know.
Yeah, he know what's going on down there.
He has to know.
So I got a question for y'all. Something I seen online. And the question was, what are the reasons some men don't want a woman that makes more money than them?
I think we touched on that a while back, though.
Possibly. It wasn't live, though. It wasn't live. Yeah, but it was a question that asked about reasons.
Hey, yo, what kind of lollipop you got, though?
Yo, he is sucking on her like it's a commercial.
Yo, he's just.
Yo.
Yo, it's good, yo. Yo, check it out.
I'm about to say, it got to be with a strawberry.
It's a cherry.
Scroll.
Look, I'll get my old man on. Hold on. It's a cherry head mini pop. Pretty dope. Hold on. All right, I'm back. But all right. So, would any of you have a problem with a woman making more money than you?
I wouldn't.
No.
Come
Okay.
on.
Yeah. Now, what?
I can understand why men feel that way.
Okay.
But me personally, no. I mean,
I can't.
It goes by. It goes. A lot of us have been raised old school, where it was the belief that the man was the man of the house, the man was supposed to make all the money, blah, 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 blah. Now things have changed, where some women are in position where they can make more money than men. I don't have a problem with that. That's just telling me that you on your shit. You good. You know what I mean? So, I don't know.
Right? Right?
Two women. That's a different subject.
Yeah.
But that's a different subject.
You add no.
3, 4.
But to get back to the question, I mean, like I said, I can understand why men might feel that way, why they probably wouldn't want to date a woman that makes more money, or just be upset that their significant other might make more money because they feel like they don't have control. They might be, control of the household, control of what they've been doing. I don't know. But me personally, like I said, it don't matter to me. You can make more money than me. Your money's your money. You know what I mean? So
right.
I'm good with it.
Yeah. So you think it's all about control? How about you, Sizzle? What is the reason you think that?
Well, see, I kind of grew up in the projects, so I seen millions of men that lived off their women. That they either did the corners or they didn't work at all. They went from their mama's house to their girlfriend's house. Basically, how the whole movie Baby Boy even came up because of that concept. It wasn't just to the projects that I lived in; it was worldwide. But it's not that I don't think only person that will be intimidated by another woman making more money than them is have to be a man who is just inferior within himself. If he don't know himself, he ain't caring about himself, then that woman that makes more money than him is going to overtop him. If that woman actually did anything without his control, he's going to feel an issue. But I don't think that anyone that's actually, controlled within themselves is going to matter if their woman makes more money than them. Like I said, I seen individuals that had the capability to make more money than a woman, but chose not to, and they sat at home, made sure the kids was good, and did this and did that. And I know there's some guys that were just lazy, didn't want to work, instead with women, and blah blah blah. But at the same aspect, if you know you're a man, I don't care if I used to make 500,000 a year, and I injured my leg or something in the sport, and I can't work no more. I'm still a fucking man. So I don't care if you make 10 times more than me. You cannot take my testosterone from me. You cannot take my inborn kingship from me. You either going to enhance it or leave it alone. So the amount of money that a woman has is just a small projection of the inferior self look upon themselves. They don't feel comfortable about themselves. So if they think a woman makes more money than them, then they're less of a man, which you are already less of a man if you think of what someone else does or has can alter your own appearance about yourself. So that's me personally. It's they need some help. They need some counseling. They need to be talked to. Anyone who's jealous of a woman making more money than them, it's a deeper issue than what's the mere surface to show them.
So if you met a woman and she had her own crib, her own house, like cars and stuff, and she was just like, you can move in with me, and she make a lot more money than you, would you be able to do that?
I'm not really trying to move in with anybody. I like my own shit. Now I'll stay and visit weekends and shit like that.
Don't
But
be but don't be specific. He just speaking in general.
Right.
We know you ain't. We know
Yeah,
you
this is
extra,
good.
extra,
no,
extra
well, no,
thorough.
I don't think
We know you is.
I don't think it now wouldn't be no problem to move in with a woman. I wouldn't have a problem if I was out of work. I wouldn't have a problem, and I had to live with a woman. I wouldn't have a problem making sure the house clean, food cooked when she got home, rub them corns,
Okay.
make her feel like a princess, give her massages, keep things right. And hey, shit, I ain't working. I'm gonna do my due diligence. But the same aspect, you gonna respect me as a man.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
it. But no, I wouldn't mind moving if I had no option. But me personally, I still like to have a separate home.
The way you said that though, you still want to respect me as a man.
Yeah, you're gonna respect me as a man.
As
That's
a
just all.
man.
Yeah.
As a man.
As a man.
So you basically saying that it's disrespectful if you say you tell her something and she like, oh, I pay the bills in this house.
No, I can't. No, she's right. She do pay the bills. So I can't say no. That ain't what I'm saying. Don't get it twisted.
No, but I'm with you on that though. I'm actually with you on that.
Yeah, you with him,
I'm with you
B-boy?
on that.
Okay. So you gonna go to your room?
Nah, I mean,
No, it ain't about that. A man is a man, I think is what he's saying. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, if you're not paying the bills in the house, how you gonna come up to somebody that's paying the bills in the house and demand something? You don't really hold that weight. I think that's what he's saying.
Yeah, as far as like, what I'm saying is, if you coming in and it's like, yo, you ain't did this right, this, and you trying to talk to me like a teenage son, or try to put me on punishment type of shit. No, that's where you're not treating me like I'm a man. You're gonna respect me as a man. Now, if we have a fight, if you came home and something wasn't done like it wasn't done right, like, look, baby, can we talk? Yeah, look, I'm tired. I don't work. I really hope that you had did this or did that. Then I'm more receptive, understanding, and listening. Like, you know what, baby, I slipped up. I understand that. I'll try to make sure you good. Because I was home, I had no time. Or give her at least she gave me expectation, gave me a reason, gave me an option to explain. Like, look, I had to run out, do this and do that. Some unexpected things came up, so I was able to do these things. But what you're not going to do is come in here and scream on me like I'm some child. And I'm like, oh, like some teenage child. Oh, you gotta do this. You supposed to be. Why don't you do this? No. Whoa, time out. Wait a minute. You got the wrong man for that. I'm not your son, and I'm not no child of yours at all. So don't disrespect me. Not notice and respect my kingship.
Okay.
No matter who's doing the money. Talk to me. Let's talk together.
Okay.
Hey, straighten that crown out. Straighten that crown out.
Okay.
I dig it. Hey, and most women like that. They want a man that plays his position. So I can dig that.
Yeah.
So be more. You cool with it too, huh? No problems.
What exactly?
Her making more money than you.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, why wouldn't I be?
All right.
I mean, why wouldn't I?
I feel the same way. I just think that some men don't want it because they feel as though they lose control.
Some people are some men have a problem with.
She got a point.
All right, say that. What's that?
She says money doesn't negate your ability to priest, protect, and provide. Your ego does.
Exactly.
I agree.
Okay. Dropping knowledge bombs. Okay.
That was deep knowledge, actually.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like you said, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have a problem with nobody making more money than me. And the reason with that is because that doesn't change who I am as a person. You know what I mean? So if I'm a man, I'm a man. The money you make or what you do doesn't change the fact that I'm a man. And if it does, then was I a man from the beginning? That's kind of what that is. So people stand in what they are.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how I feel.
Okay.
And that's what I stand in. So you know what kind of weight I carry when I talk to you. And that's different depending on every relationship, every different person, and depending on who you are as a person. But I know what I carry. I know what I will demand or not demand or take or not take. And that's different depending on who you are, you know? Because I've seen some people take more than what I would take, and that doesn't make them not a man. It's just some things that they'll tolerate more than I would.
Right.
So that's just my take on it personally.
Okay.
Um,
We all on the same page then.
I think so, and I think we've always been because I want to say we talked about this before, but even if we didn't, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of, I think that's how alpha males kind of handle things. Like
Right.
we ain't worried. Like our ego is not a thing because we already know who we are.
Right. So I see Troy caught up in the NBA draft right now.
Yeah, a little bit.
You were saying something about. You were saying something about.
I'm listening though.
You were saying something about Mr. Ball earlier when we was off air.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'd like to congratulate the number one pick of the draft, Anthony Edwards. Congratulations, young man. He had a beautiful, beautiful picture with him sitting on the couch with a portrait of his late mother and his late grandmother. Both died of cancer. Congratulations to that young man. Now you're moving into generational wealth. A lot of these kids are, right? The top 14 lottery picks. So,
that's right.
So I got a question. How many women you think that are? What's the percentage, right? 1 to 100, percentage-wise. What do you think is the percentage-wise of women watching the NBA draft right now? Between young and old, what do you think is the percentage right now? Watching?
Percentage in America, the world.
No, I'm talking about in the world. I'm talking about this. This is a basis of women watching the NBA draft. What do you think the percentage is?
Maybe.
You said 1 to
maybe 50.
Let's say women in the United States. What's the percentage?
United States.
What do you think the percentage is of women that watching the NBA draft?
I'm still about the same.
50?
I'm thinking 50? Maybe 50. Maybe 50. Maybe if that.
50?
Maybe. That's just my thoughts. That's just my thoughts. I'm not saying I'm right.
What about you, Diddy? What do you think?
Diddy.
Take that.
Diddy in a while. Diddy.
Yo, that just caught me off guard, yo. It has been a long time since y'all called me that. Well, I'm gonna say 15%, if that. Yeah.
What about you, Stiz? What do you think? What do you think the percentage?
Yeah, I'm with Jay Lee, aka Diddy. About 15%.
About 15.
Yeah, about 15.
I'm gonna say it's higher than that. I'm gonna say it's more towards the 50. And the reason why is because these young men are about to become millionaires, multi-millionaires. Right? What do you think most women do? What do you think most women want in life when it comes to men?
Security.
So what do you think they think what comes with security?
Money. money.
The good old dollar, right?
Money.
So I was listening to LeVar Ball today, right? He had a post he had an interview with two individuals, and actually they posted what he actually said about what he said to his son tonight before the draft, and what he feels about women kind of chasing these young men. All right, so I'm gonna try to play it and see if you guys see if you guys can hear it.
Miss Camp said they watching Christmas movies and Hallmark Channel.
That might be you, but not the vast majority.
Yo, I don't
All
know
right,
about that,
take a listen. Take a listen.
Especially in basketball, you're not gonna find nobody like I found your mom or my mom and dad. Because here's the thing: if you're in this profession, which you got all this fame and notoriety, how are you gonna meet a good girl? You're not, because what you're gonna meet her in the restaurant where you eat, or you're gonna go to a club where you dance, or you're gonna meet her at the arena. So I hate to tell you, you're gonna meet a hoe. Just how it goes, son. And then you gotta wonder, then the first thing they're gonna say, oh, I didn't know you did that, man, with the Googling and all this. Oh, yes, they do. They know about you before you even get there. So, son, that's the bad part of the life you're gonna get, is you're never gonna meet a good woman. And by the time you do, let's say you get 30, and then you meet a woman and she's 30. You gotta wonder why she by herself at 30. So there's something that's dangerous, no matter how good they look. But have a good time, son. I feel bad for you, but hey, I love the fact you made it.
What happens if one of the kids brings home, in your words, a hoe, and you know that you got a bad situation?
I already seen them. They already bought a few through here. I'm telling you. Oh, Lord. Hey, a lot of them look good. And man,
Hold up, that's ball.
Hey,
That's ball.
Yeah, hold up.
Man,
Let's
but
go
you
talk.
never gonna know what you get, because usually, where do you meet a nice woman? If you have a job and you go to your job every day and she works at the job, you see her every day. You know what she's about. You go to school, you see her all the time. You go to church, you see her all the time. My sons are not going to church every time. They're not in no school, and their job is traveling to 40 different states. How you gonna meet somebody and be solid? It's not gonna happen. Sorry, you have to retire. Or you're gonna be running through a lot of girls, and then, and everybody could be good for a few months and fake you out, because they looking at it like, oh, y'all young. If I get pregnant, 18 years is some cash. Hey, I explain to them like that and just keep their eyes open and hope the best for them.
So what you're saying is your sons are going to be...
All right, so that's basically the end of it. So, based on what you guys heard, what are your thoughts about what he just said? Let me get you, Jay Lee.
I mean, that's a tough one. I mean, the more money you make, it is going to be hard to find love. That's factual. Like, because you're never going to know who actually is there for you.
So let's take.
I don't know if that's true.
Let's take what we talk about right now.
I said harder when you got money.
Let's take what we talk about right now.
How is it harder? It's
let's
easier.
take about what we talk about right now is NBA young men, right? Young men that's about to be millionaires. So are they more acceptable to not finding love because of the money they making?
No.
So what's your thoughts? Is he right on his assessment?
I think in a way he is. In a way, that's harsh reality to me. Like, that's why you got some guys like LeBron who've been with his woman before he had money. It's a little easier to accept that. Yeah,
Was it before he had money though?
So, but did she?
High school.
No. But that don't mean he wasn't getting money then.
That's true.
If he was nasty in high school, you can't tell me he wasn't getting money from somewhere.
He wasn't no millionaire. He wasn't
a millionaire.
What I'm saying is, if you're a millionaire, it's going to be a lot harder for you to trust a woman and realize whether she wants you for your millions or is it really true love?
Because of you. I get that. But this is my thing, right? At that time, you think people don't see potential? If he went straight to the league from high school, you think his wife ain't see that potential at that time? And was
exactly.
Like, I'm about to be on it.
I'm about to be good.
She says that you are what you attract. You put out hoe vibes, you're going to attract hoes.
Not when they're watching me on TV about to make a mill.
Hoes come with money.
They searching.
You saw.
They know your name. They know where you live. They know where you frequently go to. They know those spots. They know what you do.
There was nothing about Tiger Woods that said I like hoes.
Facts.
But they said that when he pulled up, they was waiting for him.
Flocking.
Yeah.
The minute he stepped off the bus, they was waiting for him.
And why is that?
Because he had money.
Because he had money.
It wasn't about love.
It wasn't about love.
It was about money. And that's what I'm saying.
Money.
And that's showing my point. They're gonna be flocking when it comes to money. So now you gotta weed between all these women and realize which one actually loves you.
You'll never be able to.
You never know.
So
you'll never be able to.
So that's proving my point right there. It's harder to find love when you got money.
I agree, especially if you're NBA. Especially if
I
you're
don't
NBA
know,
player.
bro. Like,
Come
what
on,
we talking
man.
about when we say love? What we talking about? What we talking about?
What do you
What do
mean?
you mean? What we talking about?
Yo, because somebody could love you simply if you got money, more people love you.
No, we talking
Right or
about.
wrong?
We're talking about. You know, come on, man.
Right or wrong? All right, what we talking about? Let me hear it.
We're talking about in a intimate relationship, love.
Okay, so
Love.
So tell me this: more people don't love you when you got money.
Of course they do.
That's
We're talking
artificial love.
Of
That's
course you
artificial
do.
All
love.
right, that's my point.
That's not real love.
No, that's not. We're talking about
Oh,
love.
you can't say
Come on,
that's not
man.
real love. You can't say that. You can't say that.
So
My
all of a
thing is
sudden,
this.
my cousins ain't never messed with me ever in life. Now I'm a millionaire. They, hey, cuz, love you. Come on, man. That's not real love.
Yo,
You ain't never called me
that's-
once when I was broke pushing the 98 Honda.
yo, but that's completely different.
With
That's
the flip,
not what I'm
with
saying.
the flip lights in the
what
front.
what I'm saying is, some open the door, right? So we all know as men, right? You have to get into a certain position before a female even lets you in, right? So if you got money, more females let you in.
Let you into their pants.
Yeah.
Let you into their pants, let you into an opportunity, period.
And this is what LeVar was talking about.
Okay,
that
so
money
this
will
is
allow you to get
this is
that
my
opportunity.
thing. So simply because they let you in, right? Because you have money doesn't mean that they don't really love you because they let you in because you have money. There's no way you actually knowing that. I see your face, but it's the truth. It's the truth. You know what I mean? Like there are certain people, right? All right, so you don't got no money, right? 10 people might give you a chance. But when you got money, 50 people give you a chance. Now, out of those 50, you know what I mean? As opposed to your 10, more people might end up loving you, but you can't dictate why they love you.
We already know why they love you.
They gave you a chance because you had money, but you can't say that the reason why they love you is only because of the money. You can't say that. You don't know.
Of course you would, man.
You don't know. You don't
We
know.
already know who you are. We know your personality, young buck. We know you.
He said that's why he only shows up at the Prius. Yeah, of course. you don't pull out the Escalade for everybody,
Exactly.
But what I'm saying is, and what LeVar is saying is that these kids have been brought up since they were in elementary school. They've been kind of put to the side of, okay, this kid is elite. We know this kid's path already. So now these kids have been on TV. Now they're in the draft. Now here comes the Wolves. You know what I'm saying? How is his son able to find love when all these women know he's going to make a gang of money? And he said it's going to be difficult for him to find that. Even when he turns 30, 35 years old, it's still going to be difficult because his mindset is going to be different because he's only 19 years old. Imagine when he gets 35, what his mindset is going to be when it comes to relationships because of the money he's made and because of trust factors that's going to invade in his relationships. So there's going to be issues there because of the money he's about to make. Stiz, what you think, Stiz?
All right, it's like this. What's the difference between 1/8 and 8/64?
I don't know, man. It's 9:47 at night. I have no idea.
There is no difference.
I have no idea. I can't think right now.
There's no difference. It's just one has larger numbers. So what I'm saying is, yeah, this individual might not have, like, B-More was saying, he might have 100 women versus someone who might only have 10 women. But he might only find out of that 100 women, he might only find 10 women that possibly could love him. Just like that person only has 10 women could find the one.
Do you know how difficult it is for an athlete that makes a lot of money to find
Sure.
love?
First of all,
I mean, prime example is Jackson. He was about to get married to the old girl, and he wound up leaving her at the altar. Right?
Basketball player.
The basketball player.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
because she would not. Because she would not sign the prenup.
Yeah,
Right.
She wouldn't sign the prenup. Yeah,
she wouldn't sign the prenup. So the day of the wedding, she still wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
So it is difficult for any athlete to truly find someone that they love or someone that loves them back truly. So
outside of the money, okay, I give you that.
Outside of the dough. So that's why I could agree with LeVar.
But you can't say that because there's women out there that makes as much money as some of these male athletes.
All right, so let me ask you this.
You're missing the point.
Yeah.
You're missing the point. The point is it's difficulties for male millionaire athletes to find love.
I agree with that.
And from that happening, especially when they're young and lead to their older years, it's still gonna be difficult because of their mindset of what they dealt with leading up to becoming older, trying to find love.
I agree with that.
Yeah, so that's what we're getting to. It's not about women. It's not about a woman making $1 million. No, we're talking about athletes, young male athletes finding love. His son just got drafted, third pick in the draft, going to Charlotte. He says it's going to be difficult for him to find love because of that.
I understand that too, but the same aspect you got also take in consideration. This young man who's making 7 figures or 8 figures or 10 figures, he's also not hanging with the regular crowd of someone who's average. So certain women is not going to get into
and that's what he was saying. You'll never find a good woman because of that.
So you're saying there's no good women that are wealthy?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. You cannot, because you gotta have to be.
You can still say that. You can still say it's going to be difficult to look. Those people are an elite group, right? They're in an elite class. They go to certain stuff we can't even step our foot into.
I agree.
We can't even think of. So therefore, we don't really know their mindset.
True.
Their mindset might be like, look, you make a bunch of money, I'll make a bunch of money. Let's just make money together.
Make a merger.
Or it could be totally different.
Or it could be love.
Maybe
we don't know because we're not part of that.
Exactly. We don't know.
So we can't make prejudgments saying that this man, because he's a millionaire, is not going to.
It ain't gonna be easy.
No, I don't think
it won't be easy.
I think what he's saying is that it's harder to understand whether it's real. If you're broke, if you ain't got nothing going on for you, right, and a woman stays by your side, I think it's easier to understand that they love you for you as opposed to loving you for your money.
Okay, but you just said that if you're broke and a woman who is broke loves you, it's more likely to happen.
No, not just a woman. Not saying her status or none of that. You're broke. You personally.
I'm broke. Okay, I'm broke. Okay, as a man. And it's going to be easier for me to find someone who's broke around my status of being broke.
Not broke. Just easier to know for fact that person loves you for you as opposed to loving you.
That's what I'm saying. If you're in a class of people, you're not like if I'm making $1 million and I'm hanging around here at the local mall and I got people running to me, yeah, of course it's nothing. But if I'm hanging in this elite crowd of people who make the same amount of money as me,
yeah,
that's why you see most celebrities dealing with celebrities because
whoa. Not athletes. Athletes don't date Celebrities, they celebrities like movie stars and musicians. They date each other. Athletes don't do that. Athletes don't do that. Athlete dates the girl that's been hawking you for the past year. That's what they do. They make that mistake, and that's what he's saying. His son is liable to make that type of mistake because of the mindset of the athlete. That's just what they do.
Okay.
So, and I agree with a lot of things he said. I don't agree with a lot of things he does, but right there, I agree with that. That's my opinion. Go ahead, Jay.
So you feel as though that's just brutal reality you giving them, straight up, no chaser.
No chaser.
I respect that.
Just like B More drinking that whiskey, straight up, no chaser. It's a little bit on the rocks. That's it.
Now, Mr. Taylor said it's small-minded stuff.
You said stuff. He didn't say stuff.
I'm not. Yeah.
You can't cuss now. All of a sudden, you can't cuss.
Yeah.
Where'd that come from, bro?
What, you got a collar around your neck or something?
Yo, what's going on?
When you curse?
Look,
Yo,
I'm trying to look. I'm trying to monetize.
He said.
Listen, I'm trying to monetize some stuff, yo. Chill out.
Yo.
Trying to monetize some stuff. Chill out. But yeah.
Now it's not saying he will never find it. It's just it's gonna be more difficult for him to do that. That's all. That's just my opinion because I've been there and I've seen it. It's just a little bit more difficult to find. Yes, yeah.
No,
we're not PG.
I don't know what he
not
doing.
PG.
I don't know what he doing, yo. We're not PG.
It's not PG.
Anyway, you see what Miss Camp says, but that's gonna be hard to do too. You can't even tell somebody who broke to do that.
He's 19.
So a man with millions of dollars.
He's 19 with mills.
Yeah.
You can't tell him that. Like, no, like, nah.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen. Most he can do is say protect yourself and don't have no babies with a hoe.
Yeah.
Because he gonna have some hoes.
They're gonna be there.
It's gonna happen. You know? They in the house.
Y'all be throwing that hoe word around like it's just candy.
He got hoes in different area codes.
Now, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
I just, usually when they think of a hoe, they say promiscuous and blah, blah, blah.
No, we saying what it is. It's smoke and mirrors, man.
I don't
way too much.
That what people call a hoe. I look at a woman and know what the fuck she wants, and she goes out there and she gets it. No, we're not worrying about what someone else is thinking about them.
Okay. So you say she just getting her grown woman on. She ain't no hoe.
She's a woman. Ain't no hoe to it. She's just a woman. Most of the time, these derogatory names come from either men that can't get that woman or women that can't be that woman.
Say
so stop
it
calling
again.
her. Don't need to call nobody no hoe.
Again.
Woman about who she is, and she needs an applaud because she's saying, "Fuck the status quo. I'm going to get what's mine."
Say it again.
What I want.
Okay.
So that's not the way people throwing it around like it's nerd and that's wrong. It's man, you being you.
So question.
Go ahead, Jay. Go ahead, Jay. Go ahead.
I'm trying to think how to work it.
I guess how you gotta put it in perspective.
Hold on.
Ask him how he feel if his daughter did it.
No. I'm trying to carry the 1 + 2. Okay, so check it out. What is is there anything? I'm trying to figure out. Okay, is there another word for a woman that is doing something that you feel as though isn't right?
Well, you can't just because you're doing something you don't like. That don't mean that person's got to be a derogatory word.
Gotcha. Okay, that's what I'm trying to really understand. Okay, so you basically said just because you have sex with anybody you want, that's not a problem. That's not a bad thing. You just being grown.
I ain't saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying it's not about placing no judgment on anything. That person chooses to do what she do, or he does what he does. That's what that person do.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with what I do. I'm not that person.
Mm.
If that person chooses to live their life this way, instead of A, B, and C, they do D and F. Hey, got nothing but love for you. Be it. Do it. Do it
Okay,
well.
so I'll go back to what B More just kind of threw out there. God forbid, not saying this will happen, but your daughter is out there doing that. What's your thoughts?
Hey, my daughter getting out what she wants. That's on her. She's an adult. Do her.
Okay.
I can't control her to do what she wants. I'm definitely. If I'm not going to judge a stranger, I'm definitely not going to judge my daughter.
I
Respect.
knew he was gonna respond like that.
Respect. I mean, hey.
I knew it. I knew it. G all the way. Because that's real. Because that's real though. You know, it's real life. Yeah, and you have to understand that. You know what I mean?
Okay. Right. Okay. So basically, LeVar Ball's son is gonna be having sex with a lot of grown women.
Hopefully,
He might.
hopefully, old underage.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah.
I mean, most of these dudes will. Facts.
Yeah.
Most
Facts.
like
starting tonight.
What would you do?
But that's. I mean, we're in an age now where sex was taboo back in our parents' age, grandparents' age.
No, it wasn't.
It was taboo.
It was more taboo, but it wasn't taboo.
Well, yeah, it's taboo.
Taboo
is taboo.
Yeah.
No, I said more, not taboo. Like
that's more. The sky is more blue. What are you talking about?
Nah, yo, that's different.
Like listen, I remember one time I was in church. I was going to my grandmother's church, and a woman had a baby outside of wedlock, and this was a Baptist church, and she had to literally walk in front of the church and apologize for having this baby. This is the difference what I'm talking about as far as they're not doing that type of stuff nowadays. You have a baby, you have a baby. They're not making you go in front of churches and apologize anymore.
When the last time you been to church?
Who, me?
You. Yeah, you.
Yo, why you gotta be difficult?
Because yo, we gonna be real. You just hit me on the head, right? Talking about something. Oh, blah blah blah. All right, so let's be real. So when the last time you been to church? Who's to say that churches ain't still doing that?
I don't think
Who's
they
to
still
say
doing
that.
I don't think
you know what I mean?
Churches ain't the same. Churches ain't as strict.
I'm not saying that they are. I'm not saying that they are.
Back in those days, they didn't even rap in church.
Do you have that? Do you actually have that in your head, in your experience? Like, yo, they ain't doing that. I've been going to church since 1997 every Sunday, and that ain't what they doing. If you don't have that experience,
I won't put it like this. I went to that church. I went to that church since then, since I was younger, and it stopped. Is what I'm saying. It wasn't happening no more after a certain period of time.
Okay.
And girls are still getting pregnant.
Okay.
And I'm sure I've been to church more than you. So
you definitely have.
So come on now. But
you definitely have.
It's a different age, and like Miss Camp said, it's more prevalent now. What do you mean what do you mean force on kids? I'm trying to understand what she mean. What do you think she mean by that?
That's kind of like some type of charges. Yeah, I ain't agreeing to that shit.
Unless you're talking about like sex in cartoons and stuff like that, it is more.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah,
maybe that's what she's talking about.
Like we didn't have access to Pornhub and all this other stuff growing up.
We didn't.
But I got my hands on that private.
What did you find? See, that's one thing though. Like,
yo, and that's kind of
what we thought.
Yeah.
It's sex is sex. Sex has always been sex. Don't get me wrong. I do think that it's more. You can take it more as normal nowadays than you could back in the day. But at the same time, all of us know you ran into your parents' little porn stash and they got the like,
I did.
Yo, they had the music. They had the music and all. Come on, man. Come on.
Now, my uncle's porn stash, I did run into that.
Yeah,
I remember
not you specifically. You know,
but I mean, I remember
your mom and pops probably ain't had that.
Yo,
they ain't had that problem.
You remember how easy it was back then? You remember the little pin that you would turn upside down and the clothes would fall off the girl? And I was hyped back then. Like, oh my gosh, she naked. Like, that was excitement for us back then. Now they actually got videos and
True. Things have changed. Things have definitely changed. But what I was really trying to say is, it was taboo back then, but I don't think that it's still taboo to this day. I just think
that nah.
Yo,
I got into the real supply. I got my grandfather's supplies. That's that.
Yo, you remember when you didn't have the foreign channels, but you were still watching it? Like you could barely see anything, but you was like, "Oh, I think I see a butt.
Is that a nipple?
I think that's a nipple. I think I see a boob."
Yep. Sure.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Good old days. Good old days. I tell ya.
The sound came through like hell. Came
Yo,
out right.
But magazines was a thing back then.
Yes.
That was the difference. Magazines sold everything. Your Hustlers, not really Playboy, but your Hustler. Sheesh.
Yeah.
You saw everything. That was the thing back then. So you saw it then. And that's why I want to say sex was still sex.
Oh, it's always been sex.
Always been that. It's just more out there now because
it's more acceptable.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Right.
I would agree it's more acceptable.
Just like we've talked about aggressive women now. Like women are way more aggressive now than they would have been back then. Yeah. Like a woman, they'll tell you what they want straight up. Nowadays.
Yeah.
What
I like.
What? Why you laugh, B more?
Yo, they're still like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it is what it is, you know. So and men accept it. They probably would have accepted it more back then too, but they just didn't do it as much.
Didn't need to though. Didn't need to.
Right.
Probably didn't need to. I think everything was different back then. And we talked about it too. You know what I mean? Just the difference in like now when you hear about people that's married, literally married, they're in a committed relationship, no bullshit. They like, oh, I want to have 1 or 2 kids. Right. And literally 50 years ago, it was like, we're married, we having sex, and whatever comes out. And they had 9 to 15 kids.
Yeah,
that's true.
You know what I mean? And it's like now we're like, oh, I don't make enough money. Whatever the case may be, it's something that has, you know, like, oh, I don't. People like 2, 3, that's enough. Like that's the cap now. But
also, you didn't have 15 kids going to college back then. You know, like now, it's expensive to have a kid. It's a lot more expensive.
It's expensive to go to college, not necessarily.
Yeah, a lot more kids are going to college now.
To have a child, because that really doesn't change. If we're talking about inflation and everything that goes along with that, like, yo, when I talk to and this is the thing that kind of kills me with that, right? I hear people all the time like, yo, I don't make enough money yet to have a child. I'm not there yet, whatever. But when it was 2 people in love back then, they just did whatever they did, and then they have a child. And when they had a child, guess what they did? They made it work. You know, when I listen to my grandparents talk about cases about, oh, they had hand-me-downs and stuff like that. Yeah, they had hand-me-downs. Yeah, they didn't have new clothes every fall and spring when it came to school. But guess what? They still made it. They were still there. They still ended up having children and having you. You know what I mean? So
that's also the difference in relationships too. Because back then, like you said, they made it work. They also made it work with relationships. They stayed together.
Yeah. And also, like you said, inflation.
So
money was different.
Now you go have 2, 3, 4, 5 kids with a kid or with a dude, and he leave you, and he not staying with you and sticking it out. So now you a single mom with 5 kids. You know,
you think that didn't happen back then?
Oh, it did, but but it didn't happen as much as it does now.
Are you sure about that, or you just going off of
the divorce rate nowadays is way higher?
Yo, don't throw your hands up, yo. What you throwing your hands up for?
He watches sports. But yo, the divorce rate.
Sixers, man.
What happened with the Sixers? All right. Low break. What happened with the Sixers?
Sixers draft a guard from Kentucky. Went to University of Kentucky. Tyrese Maxey. He's a point/shooting guard. I don't think that's what they really needed, but that's just me.
All right. So no. What you think they needed?
They do need perimeter help. I don't think he was the right person for the perimeter help. I thought they should have moved up the draft and got someone else, but hey, they stayed where they're at. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
All right. So
Doc Rivers is in town, so who knows what's going to happen. Doc can get them together, but so we'll see how this kid works out.
If you have it, what do you think they should have went for? Because we could put it on record as smoke and mirrors. You know what I mean? And if you're right, and whoever you saying they should have got and they could have got ends up being fire, we can come back and be like, we said this.
Well, for me personally, because they made a trade today, they got Danny Green and they got Terrence Ferguson, both from the Oklahoma City Thunder. So they got swing guys. You got wing guys out there. So you definitely need a guard, right?
Okay.
Because Big Ben can't play guard. He's just not a guard. He's a big man. So therefore, you move up the draft, you get a true point guard, you get Cole Anthony. That's just me. But they didn't move up the draft. They stayed where they're at, and they got Tyrese Maxey. So
okay,
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yo, said here first.
Should have been Cole Anthony.
By Detroit. Now, if he ends up being something, you heard it here on Smoke and Mirrors, specifically by my boy Detroit.
But I'm happy for the kid, man. I'm happy for the kid.
Definitely, we happy for everybody. You never know how it pans out. I think we talked about it one time on here when we talked about football drafts. Yeah. You know what I mean? We talked about how we don't think that out of all the first round picks, people that everybody is all on, how many of them make it to the Hall of Fame?
Not only that, how many just don't make it after the third year?
As a successful football career, let alone Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So,
but I'm like I said, man, I'm happy for these kids, man. These kids are about to make a bunch of money, take care of their families, generational wealth, like I said. Yep. I'm happy for these kids, man.
Hopefully it can be.
But I can still be critical of who they draft, but at the same time, I'm happy for these kids, man. Real happy for these kids. So
definitely.
And the NBA always does it. I won't say always, but they usually do it right. They are a progressive league. They let their players kind of run. I wouldn't say run the league, but kind of do run the league. The commissioner is very progressive. He lets the league just kind of he kind of lets the league
move as they
move. Yeah, exactly. Move as like you see the outside world. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So, I would agree. I would agree with that.
Excuse me, brothers. Excuse me, Kings. May I interlude for a second?
Go ahead.
I finally figured out who Jay Lee reminded me of with him and his damn lollipop. Remember that movie Dead Presidents? When Clifton Powell pulled up in that caddy.
You grocery shopping, huh?
Yeah.
Who you think she learned that from?
Oh man.
Yo, you stupid.
That's funny. That is funny.
I didn't even like that movie, but
that is funny.
You came at him and he still got beat up, right?
Still got beat up.
Still got beat up.
I was like, damn, at least beat him. Nah.
Yes. Nah.
Yo, he came back into the apartment like,
yeah, that was crazy. She was like, "Hey, Cuddy." She said, "Let me introduce you to my." Oh man, can you imagine that though?
Yeah.
You fresh out of prison and you know this dude been beating the brakes off your girl. Like, whew.
What can you do? I mean, shit, he's
can
putting
you
money in
do?
your pocket.
Whew.
I couldn't do nothing. I'm locked up.
And then on top of that, she a super
Actually, he
freak
wasn't even
now.
locked up. He was in the war.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he just came back from war. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah. That's what that was. It wasn't prison.
Yeah, he didn't go to prison. Yeah, you're
Nah.
right. Oh, that's even worse. Jody.
You thinking
Jody
about
got to it.
you thinking about don't be no. You thinking about Minister Society.
Yeah.
That's what you're thinking
true.
about. Minister
Yeah.
Society.
yo, but that joke was funny.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, he got completely punked.
But how could
Then he
you?
get back to the house?
Whew.
And she like, yeah, I fucked up. Yo, he was like, all right, I'm trying to walk out. She like, yo, and don't get me wrong, I don't ever agree with putting your hands on a woman.
Mm-hmm.
But when he did it that time, I was like, yeah, she needed that. Yo, my boy was trying to leave. He had everything on his shoulders. He's trying to leave. She wasn't trying to let him leave.
Yeah.
Where you going? You ain't going nowhere.
Ain't going nowhere. Then he turned around like, I care you won't need it.
I'm done with you, yo. I'm done with you. I'm done with you.
I promise you, yo. There were favorite moments. I said, yeah, she needed that. She needed that. My boy was he was done. He was already at his wits' end. What else do you want from the boy? Like, yo, he can't man up on the other dude, so he got to man up on you. Like,
I'm trying to walk away. He's trying to get away.
He's trying to get
walk
away. Like, yo.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, I need to take a walk real quick. You trying to stop him from taking a walk after another dude done took his manhood twice? Twice?
And then your chick tell you to your face, yeah, I
can't go, and he got the upper hand on you? Nah, son, it's not about to work out good. I was like, yeah, she needed that. I don't know why she kept going. Like, whoo, that was rough.
Well, you might as well wrap it up, B-More. It's been a good one.
Yo, it has been a good one. I don't even know how we got this long. But it is what it is. Shout out to everybody that's watching us, that's still tuning in after so much time. And I know we've been slowing down. I know we haven't been as ever present on our social media. Please understand and please understand that all of us, seriously, all four, even our special guests, we are all working like crazy. We literally are having like 1 day off a week, possibly 2 days off a week.
Not me.
You know what I mean? Not even
I
one.
wish.
You know what I mean? So we are literally working like crazy. So the time off that we do get, we have to spend with our families. And we're still trying to bring content to you all. We love you. We appreciate every single part of you staying with us and being with us. But that's the end of our podcast for tonight. And I'd like to give our final words to my boy Detroit. Final words. Yep. Don't even give me that smirk. Got you.
Final words. Like I said earlier, thank you for those who work in hospitals, clinics, fire departments, police departments, ambulance, food banks, CVS's, all you guys, man. Thank you very much during this hard time of coronavirus. Please just keep your spirits up. We'll get through this and help out your neighbor. If your neighbor's in trouble, help out your neighbor. It's only how we're gonna get through this. Wash your hands, wear a mask, social distance if you can, and that's it.
Be kind to each other.
Be kind to each other.
Just be kind to each other.
Be kind to each other.
That's it, man.
That's it, man.
Hey,
hey, Uncle Floyd, Uncle Gary, I love y'all, man. Never been more proud to be your nephew, man. That's it. I'm done.
Yeah.
Yep.
Coronavirus. Shit is real.